Hi everyone, Maude, Garrett for Nerdist.
Nerdist colony. You should join a Nerdist colony.
We should join a Nerdist colony. What do you nerd out about, Michael?
How nerdy I am.
I was able to interview the cast of the movie for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. It was so much fun. This movie is absolutely bonkers. But it's about time a movie just goes off the walls again.
Thank you all for coming to this special occasion.
That's a cool thing you got.
I'm so glad you brought it up because it's like literally with the
Little
cockroaches.
spiders.
And so I was Beetlejuice for Halloween 2 years ago.
Nicely done.
Thank you. I wanted to talk about the fact that it has been a staple of Halloween for decades now.
Yeah.
With this new movie, what do you think people are going to wear for Halloween this time
Same.
around? Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Obviously, Halloween has been inundated with Beetlejuice for the last 3.5 decades. Who do you think people are going to dress up from Beetlejuice for Halloween this year?
I think probably Beetlejuice and Lydia again,
Yeah,
honestly.
and the shrinkers.
Oh yeah, Bob is a big one.
Yeah. And I hope they can see better than the actors could in those suits.
Or just unbutton it a little.
There you go.
Bob was just trying to do his job. I feel like we
so
need to pour
good.
one out for Bob.
Pour one out for
so
Bob.
good.
So this Halloween, now that we've got a new Beetlejuice, what do you think people are going to dress up as from the movie?
It's all going to be hot Monica's. It's going to be Monica Bellucci's all day long.
What a goddess.
Yes,
She's
I know.
amazing in that. Who would have
so
thought that a
good.
staple gun was like the number one
I
necessity?
know.
Do you think now that with the appearance of Dolores, we have new Halloween costumes for this year?
Why not? I hope, they're gonna enjoy to wear this costume because I had so much fun. Even though it was a lot of work because I had 3 hours of makeup every day, but I was really helped to get into this character because these beautiful sets and to wear those amazing costumes of Colleen Atwood. I really enjoyed to play Delores, this soul-sucking demon in the afterlife. And while Beetlejuice hunts everybody, she hunts him. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice. And they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly in death, actually. And when she wakes up accidentally in the afterlife, full of rage and desperation and obsessed with vengeance, she sets out to find Beetlejuice.
So she's like the only person that's actually actively trying to find Beetlejuice. Everyone else is running away and avoiding him like the plague.
Yeah, but no, she's strong and dangerous. And also I have to say that to play this horror dancing scene, I felt a bit like a mime. And because the role is very much about body language. So I tried to play like a broken doll. And to me, Dolores is a metaphor of life because we all have emotional scars and she's full of scars, but she's strong and she's coming back and she's very dangerous. And at the same time, she's funny, even though she's dangerous. And I think that Tim knows how to create situations that are scary, shocking, unpredictable, but also deep and funny and emotional.
I want to talk about what it was like watching Beetlejuice for the first time.
I remember seeing it for the first time when I was like 9 or 10, and I kind of strayed from any sort of horror thing because I was terrified of anything that could potentially be scary. But I do remember seeing Beetlejuice and thinking that I had never seen anything like it before, and I couldn't compare it to anything else really, which is so incredible to have, such a distinct look that you're recognizable like that. But I didn't know anything about directors or names or anything. I just thought, oh, whoa, that's a weird movie.
Good weird. Yeah.
Good weird.
Can you remember the first time you watched Beetlejuice?
Oh yeah, well, oh my God, it was a long time ago and I loved it. And also I have to say that the dinner scene to me was a masterpiece with Deo. And also when we see for the first time the netherworld with the waiting room and all those shocking monsters was really incredible. And I think that this Beetlejuice, maybe it goes farther with visuals and maybe is a bit more scary.
It is. But I mean, this is what's interesting. Beetlejuice was sort of 36 years ago, but now Beetlejuice is going to be introduced to a brand new generation. What do you think these young'uns are going to think of Beetlejuice?
I think, honestly, I think that they're going to think the same thing that I thought when I was 13 and saw this movie. Because the thing that struck me so much about, or why it was so impactful to me, was it was the first time I'd sort of seen this emotional teenager Lydia, who I was so drawn to when I was a kid, because I was like, oh, I feel like that. I feel misanthropic. I feel, like depressed. I remember that was my big takeaway. I was like, oh. So I think, Jenna who really is sort of the heart of this movie, represents that so beautifully, and just sort of the confusion and, hating her parents, and also coming from, having her father die, all the rest. I think she's a perfect sort of, Winona tossing the torch to Jenna's.
And the fact that they play mother-daughter as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, so great, yeah.
What was it like putting the suit back on?
Fun, a lot of fun. You look in the mirror, you go, wow, I must have lost my mind.
Well, isn't that the point of Beetlejuice?
Yeah, somewhat.
You check your mind out and away you go?
Yeah, it's good.
How much fun was being on set? And why did you seem to have the most fun out of everyone?
I have a front row seat to some of the funniest and most talented people in the world. And then I had fun because my character is so, can I say douchey? He's such a douchebag. And so playing that kind of guy that is so confident and so stupid is so fun. It's just one of my most favorite things to play.
I was trying to sort of break down the ingredients of your character. It's like everything we hate about LA, an amalgamation, ramped up, dialed in.
Yeah, he's like the worst manager, producer, publicist that you've ever met in your life.
But like yoga instructor / mindfulness.
Yeah, he speaks in this kind of new agey, whatever. That made us laugh. The real key into him, when me and Tim were talking about it, was just think of him like he's always in his own soap opera. Where there's always a big close-up on him, and he's being overly emotional, and that little key into it made me laugh.
And how different was it being on set for each movie?
What's great is it didn't feel different on the second set. And I know Tim wanted to get that feeling back that he had on that first set, the world not watching over his shoulder, and just being, wildly creative, and it really did feel that way. Yeah, it was a little scary. At first you think, oh, should we do it? And you want to do it right. But honestly, when the first movie came out, I don't know if anyone cared. It's grown over the years, as Tim's career has grown and Danny Elfman's career, and, so it's taken on this life over the decades.
I feel like Bonkers is back and needs to be back more than ever.
What's back, sorry?
Bonkers, baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's just about having fun and Tim was saying a lot, it's not about what the studio wants, it's not even about what the audience wants, it's just about being fun and outlandish. Was there anything, though, that was suggested that you vetoed? Because you're like, that's a bit too fun.
No.
I love that.
No.
Although when I heard about the song at the end, I thought, are you doing the whole thing?
And you did?
Yeah.
Did you put the cool in musical?
I love that confidence, that nerve to do that whole thing. It's just nuts.
Even on the day, it was still that look around of as they're playing back the track, what did he just say?
No, he just knows what he wants, but he's so open to ideas at the same time.
So this movie is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you vetoed? I'll do everything, but I won't do that.
I don't think so.
Yeah?
No. Tim and I, we work really well together. There were a couple things that were in the script, and I thought, I'm not sure that's going to work, and I was wrong on both occasions.
What was it about the script where you're like, you know what, we waited a while, but this is why it needs to come back?
Oh, it was just, they finally figured out. It's a difficult thing to write, because we created so much of the first one. Tim and I just created a lot of it. First of all, he totally created the visuals of the sets and the imagery and the shots and the style, and then I created much of the character and how it fit in, and then would improvise on the set. So it's not like we threw the script out, because that's a little arrogant, and it's not actually even true. But this one was, that's a hard thing to write, but these guys did a really good job of getting the tone really close. And then we just went back and did what we do, and we worked together.
I was wanting to ask about the evolution of Beetlejuice. The fact that it could evolve through lore, it can evolve through technology, making the film, it can evolve through your take.
Yeah.
And Tim Burton was like, he doesn't evolve, he's exactly the same. He's the same rascal ratbag.
Yeah.
Is that what you thought?
Oh yeah, we shot it. Wanted to shoot it the way we shot the first one, and all these other characters, they do evolve, and I mean, he probably evolves in front of your eyes and then devolves and evolves again and revolves.
I love that you two are paired together in this interview because you've both played incredibly iconic television characters. I want to know, who do you think would get along better, Delia and Astrid, or Moira and Wednesday?
Delia and Astrid.
Oh, really? Interesting. Why?
Well,
Tell me why.
Well, it's funny because
And what's
Wednesday-
wrong with me?
Wednesday's-
Why would you not like me?
the way you say crab apple.
Crab.
Wednesday's too precise for something like that. I think.
That's
We
good.
get along
I'm
in
gonna
this
go
movie.
with whatever she says.
Yeah.
Because Jenna knows.
I do want to talk about the dynamic on set because there was a lot of ad-libbing. Who went balls to the wall with this one?
Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, like everyone. I mean, Michael. Obviously, it's all gas, no brake on that character. I had a tremendous amount of fun, sort of ad-libbing, almost to the point where Tim would be like, "Okay, simmer down. Like, let's turn it from 11 to 7." Also, Catherine was like hilarious. Like, we did this scene where she's going to pick up Jenna's character at her boarding school, and she's screaming up at the window, going, "Your grandfather is dead, he's dead." Like, and she was going so crazy that none of us could, we had to like walk away from the cameras, like we couldn't stop laughing. And I think she lost her voice by the end of the day. Like,
How much of a pickle would you need to be in to call upon Beetlejuice?
I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So I wouldn't want that for anyone.
Also, because I'm in the suit,
Yeah.
I would love a tip on how to master the Beetlejuice face.
I can't do that.
You can't do that?
No, you'd have to pay me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
You should. You should do the white makeup and the big
No, it's the-
dark things.